All right. Call the meeting to order and a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Mrs. Frank.
Mayor Kendall.
Present.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Present.
Councilwoman LaPratte.
Here.
Councilwoman Sawicki.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Williams.
Present.
Councilman Tucson.
Present.
City Manager Szymanski.
Here.
City Attorney DeWally.
Here.
All right. So this takes us to C, what is the oath of office. So begin with me.
Are you ready?
Yes.
So we'll go out in the front. Is that okay? Well, they have pictures and whatnot, right? Yeah. No, you want to do it back here? You're the mayor. You tell me.
Yeah, we can do it.
Right here is fine.
Right here. Okay. Where we usually do it.
Okay, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Valerie Kendall,
I, Valerie Kendall,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United
and the
States
Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and I will faithfully perform the duties of
and I will faithfully perform the duties of
Office of Mayor
Office of Mayor
in and for the City of Harper Woods,
in and for the City of Harper,
County of Wayne,
County of Wayne,
State of Michigan,
State of Michigan,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God. All right. Congratulations again. Just need to sign that and give that back to me. And then we will continue with Vivian Sawicki, please. Uh-oh, what's that noise? That's DJ.
Don't you usually do all that?
Yeah, wait.
You want to do this side or this side? This way good?
This is great.
Okay. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Vivian Sawicki,
I, Vivian Sawicki,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and faithfully perform the duties of
and I will faithfully perform the duties of
City Council Member
City Council Member
in and for the City of Harper Woods,
in and for the City of Harper Woods,
County of Wayne,
County of Wayne,
State of Michigan,
State of Michigan,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Ivory? Mr. Tucson?
Yes. Maria will get it. She's
Yeah,
better.
Maria's got it.
Maria will get it.
She's got it.
She'll get your bow tie.
You want her to do your camera too?
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
She'll hook you up. Okay. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. Oh.
Wherever your photos.
Yeah, but I need to take it from that angle.
Put the really good stuff out of the way. Okay, repeat after me. I, Ivory Tucson Jr.,
I, Ivory Tucson Jr.,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and that I will faithfully perform the duties of
and I will faithfully perform the duties of
City Council Member
City Council Member
in and for the City of Harper Woods,
in and for the City of Harper Woods,
County of Wayne,
County of Wayne,
State of Michigan,
State of Michigan,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
help me God.
So help me God.
All right.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
She got it. She got it.
Got it? Yep. Okay. Sign that and give it back to me. Okay, and Teresa, if you could come up. Ms. Foster? All right? Okay, take a deep breath. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Teresa Foster,
I, Teresa Foster,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and that I will faithfully perform the duties of
and I will faithfully perform the duties of
City Council Member
City Council Member
in and for the City of Harper Woods,
in and for the City of Harper Woods,
County of Wayne,
County of Wayne,
State of Michigan,
State of Michigan,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, you have one more.
Well, we have to do some other motions.
Oh, we have to have another motion. All righty then.
Next item. John, that's you. Flip to letter D, page 4.
Okay, not quite sure.
Keep going.
Election of Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay. Mayor and Council, election of Mayor Pro Tem, administration of oath of office. Mayor and Council, Section 4.3 of the City Charter, as amended, requires the City Council to elect the council member receiving the highest number of votes to serve as Mayor Pro Tem. The following resolution should be adopted, electing Vivian Sawicki as Mayor Pro Tem.
Madam Mayor,
Mayor, resolution is recommended.
Mr. Mayor, I'd
Yes.
like the honor of, by resolution, whereas section 4.3 of the city charter as amended requires the city council to elect the council member receiving the highest number of votes at the most recent city election to serve as Mayor Pro Tem. And whereas Vivian Sawicki is the council member receiving the highest number of votes. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the city council does hereby elect Vivian Sawicki to the office of Mayor Pro Tem for a term expiring at the first council meeting following the next regular city election.
Support.
Okay. Is it a roll call vote or is it just a motion?
It's just a motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, congratulations.
Landslide winner.
Okay. Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Vivian Sawicki,
I, Vivian Sawicki,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United
and the
States
Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and I will faithfully perform the duties of
and I will faithfully perform the duties of
Mayor Pro Tem
Mayor Pro Tem
in and for the City of Harper Woods,
in and for the City of Harper Woods,
County of Wayne,
County of Wayne,
State of Michigan,
State of Michigan,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right, congratulations again.
All right.
Oh, you want to do it again?
Apparently.
Thank you.
Very good.
All right.
Okay, so now this takes us to the approval of the minutes. So I need a motion. Oh, we have presentation. I'm sorry. I skipped right over.
It's all right. We're a little
That's okay.
discombobulated. It's very
Okay,
different this time.
beautification.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is April Martin. I'm the chairperson for the Harper Woods Beautification Commission. We have our wonderful commissioners with support of our wonderful Councilwoman Jerry LaPratt. So we have Candace Williams, Michael, and Gracie. Kayla Camper, and Wendy Cody. Just quickly before we hand out the awards, we want to say thank you to all of our recipients for continuing to make Harper Woods beautiful. So the process is residents are solicited to submit nominations for homes that they believe are beautiful, continue to make Harper Woods beautiful. And then from there, those nominations are passed on to our city clerk. They're passed on to us to evaluate. So this year, out of 40, we had our 10 or 12 nominations. 9 are here, I believe. But again, we want to thank everyone. And the homes are really beautiful. I wish you could see all of them. So if you didn't get a chance to see them, the display is out in the hallway. So With no further ado, we will start with the first award. Yep. So the first one, Patrick and Lily Nichols. Patrice Anderson. All right. William and Gay Gutman.
Congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
Congrats again.
Really? Okay.
Tim List.
Congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
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 Congrats to you. Congrats on your hard work.
Nico Street. All right, next we have.
Congratulations. Don't
Bride
forget the other little
I'm
piece.
sorry. What's that? Oh, grab a cookie. On your way behind.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Next is
Congratulations.
Morris.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on your hard work.
Thank you.
The Jenkins family.
Thank you. Very nice.
Congratulations.
And then to our business, Essence Provisioning Center.
Congratulations.
And for those of you that don't know for our process, this year we wanted to make sure we picked homes that could be on the cover of the magazine. So these are really wonderful homes. Again, make sure you go out and take a look at the display. And there are cookies up here. There are cookies up here. That's why I pointed out. So make sure everyone takes a cookie before you leave out as well. Okay?
No, Ivory's going to come and get one for everybody.
It's looking very dapper. You get this. That's really spectacular.
Everybody,
I don't know.
Is the council staying in the back, or do you want to?
Oh, we can stay back here. It's fine.
Stay back here.
We're tall. We're tall. Some of us.
Almost.
Can you see? If you can see her, she can see you.
I can't see you.
Okay, let's talk.
Like few faces, one more. Yep.
I want this one.
Yep. And then you, sir, can you just step up one? All right. You guys see everybody trying to do? Mayor, I do not see you. If you want to come in the middle. Right in the middle, there you go.
Can you see me now?
Yes, ma'am. I can see you now. Okay, I count of 3, 2, 1, everyone smile. Show your awards, please. Or if you can, there you go. Perfect. Okay, here it is. Thank you, congratulations.
Congratulations. Okay, so now for the approval of the minutes. I need a motion?
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I'll offer the motion to accept, receive, and file the minutes of the regular city council meeting held November 3rd, 2025, and to receive and file the planning commission meeting minutes held on November 19th, 2025.
Support. Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, that takes us to public comment on agenda items only. Anything on the agenda that you wish to comment on, you could step to the podium to speak to that agenda item only. Seeing none, let's move on to the consent agenda. I need a resolution.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I'll offer the resolution to approve the consent agenda, items 1 through 13.
Support.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call vote, Ms. Frank.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPrat.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Tucson.
Present.
Mayor Pro, oh, whoops.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams. Sorry, Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Mayor Kindle.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Okay, so that takes us to old business, and we have none. That takes us to new business, city manager's report.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to add to the consent agenda.
Yeah.
Go ahead. All planning commissioners and members of boards and commissioners.
You have to ask
Oh, ask.
about putting this on the agenda.
I'd like to add, I'm asking to put this on the agenda.
Is this the time that we will put it on the agenda?
There's a motion on the table to add an item to the agenda. What is the item and is there support?
Yes. A motion to remove Greg Bargo from the planning commission.
Support.
Okay.
Just to put it on the table. All in favor?
It's all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay. We have 2. All right, motion carries.
No, it's just on the agenda.
Okay, new business item, J1. Okay, Hannah Architects additional services request. Mayor and council, attached is the additional services request to complete an air structure dome in Salter Park. The air structure dome will be 70 feet wide by 122 feet long and 32 feet tall for a total of 8,540 square feet. The dome will house 2 offices, a break room, storage room, woman's toilet room, men's toilet room, and a full-size basketball court. To provide structural and mechanical engineering services, the Asadi Company will be retained for the procurement of materials, equipment, and supervision of work, and a general contractor. The general contractor shall be familiar with all federal and state guidelines such as Davis-Bacon Act and other provisions. I have asked the architects from Hannah and Associates to be on hand should there be any questions. The cost of the entire dome structure is financially secured through grant funding from the state of Michigan, Wayne County, and past year budget allocations on behalf of the city of Harper Woods. No additional funding will be needed to complete this dome project. I recommend approval of this additional service request And Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Let everybody speak at one time.
Madam Mayor? Madam Mayor?
Yeah.
I'll offer the resolution. By resolution to approve the additional services request submitted by Hannah Architects in the amount of $325,047 for additional service in excess of A/E basic services, geotechnical services, and 35% of air structure dome purchase price, and further to authorize the city manager to sign the agreement on behalf of the city of Harper Woods.
I need support.
Support.
Okay. Any discussion?
And,
Please continue. Go ahead.
go ahead. No, I was just gonna say, we've got engineering fees, we've got different things. I just wanted to make sure that, like, the amount of money that we're paying to Hannah and Associates, $325,047, is that including the architects, the engineers, all of those? I just want to confirm that's including all of those things together, or are we going to still have more checks to write?
No.
Mayor, can I just make a little clarification there? And again, I have Hannah and Associates out here to explain, but here's how it's going to work. Hannah is going to be working with the Asadi company. They will be, I want to say, going through the process of getting a general contractor. This dome is going to cost probably about 2.1 to 2.4 million. And we have to procure the equipment, the material. We have to make sure that the contractor is compliant with Davis-Bacon Act regulations and so forth. So this is approving the additional services request to the original plan, which was the brick and mortar dome, which we have not forsaken. It's just not the time to get this off the ground now. And we have secured like I said, we have 2.4 million already. And we need to spend this as quickly as possible on this project. We've been working with the state of Michigan. We're on a tight timeline. And we are going to have invoices down the road for all the materials needed to build the dome. And the contractor is pretty much going to be screening. He's going to be, or she's going to be the one that is going to find the discounts, the deals, set up the material so that we can get this dome. And Beverly, Jim, if you have anything to add to that?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. This first payment is really kind of the deposit for the Asante company to get going on there on the dome to procure the engineering and the drawing they need to do, along with the purchase of some of the larger equipment, mechanical units that have to go in for the dome. Those have to start on production. So this is a kind of a deposit to start that production of some of that equipment to start the
Thank you.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
I have a prepared statement, and I apologize in advance if this ruffles feathers. My statement is, I don't know why this project was so fouled up or why our original concept became so crazy. The only plans I ever examined for the community center were developed and shown for public comment by AEW in a community meeting at Salter Park in 2023. At least 20 residents added their insight at that time, and the project was developed within our planned budget. Then the city decided to change. We hired Hannah Architects, who gave us a bid for their service that lowered our costs. They promoted themselves as a group that would draw ideas from the community, but that hasn't happened. Somehow our $2 million project exploded into an $8 million building, and the funding did not emerge. None of this has come before council for our input or been presented to the community for theirs. Now, because we are running out of time to use a grant, we are being told that a bubble building is the best alternative. There is no indication that we will have the cost for this building controlled. I have no idea what it will cost for the foundation, all the pipe work, all the electrical work. The proposed site is not where the soil borings took place. This building is shown as somehow fitting between the current building at Salter and the fence near the senior high-rise. A walking path there gets a lot of use, and I believe that a portion of that path will be removed. There is also a dry pond in that area that may be impacted, and soil will need to be graded and removed or moved. None of this is accounted for in the projected plans for the building. I've noticed also that the plans that we were given, the only plans I've seen for this building, include a pantry, which has not been mentioned. We are already into Hannah for over $300,000 for a $700,000 building. Now we're being asked to approve another $300,000. I'm not entirely sure why. Hannah Architects told council that the building they designed originally could be built in stages, so we could build what we could afford now and build onto that in the future. That's what I would like to see done. They've designed a brick and mortar building and told us we could start small and add on to it. Now, if that means that we lose a grant, I say that we cut our losses, that we thank Hannah for their efforts and their work on a brick and mortar facility that won't need to be replaced in 10 years. I suggest we begin by asking for an extension on the grant and then go ahead with the design that we've already paid for. Please understand my comments are not directed toward Hannah Architects. They did what they were asked to do. They are directed at anyone else who worked on designing a building we couldn't afford with money we didn't have. I respect Mayor Kindle's vision. She said our community deserves and needs a community center, and I agree. But we need a community center that will outlive me, and I can't approve this.
Is there any further discussion?
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
by accident over the weekend, I had a meeting with the planner from the city of Detroit who put in the Chandler Park Dome. He happened to be the husband of a good friend of mine. He works for the city of Detroit, put up the Chandler Park Dome. I did ask, the first thing I said, would you do this again? He said yes. He goes, it's not the dome. He goes, it was a lot of unexpected costs that went along with the dome. And this man has been a planner for many years. This is what he does for a living. First of all, you need a backup generator. You need 2 HVAC units. He said it took DTE up to nearly a year to get in touch and do all the work. He said everything was built opposite to building a brick and mortar building where you have to run. He said literally we had to call AT&T and get Wi-Fi put into a field before a building was there because everything runs on a Wi-Fi unit. He said he wished that he would have done a brick and mortar entrance because these things are designed to have revolving doors so that air they're not airtight. They want them to fill. He said there'll be 4 egress doors, but you have one main door, and he said he wished that they would have put a brick and mortar entrance to this so that there was something you entered before the revolving door. He said that they went on 2 field trips. One was to the Velodrome down right off I-75, which is 64,000 square feet. Those people said they would never build one again, that their monthly costs are $15,000 to $20,000 per month. It is 8 times the size of our building. The general contractor they used, he said they likely would never do it ever again because they probably lost money doing this. I asked about security. He said that's an excellent question. He said this is the kind of building that won't, it's not going to deflate if a bullet hole. He goes, that's a normal, New Year's Eve kind of thing. He goes, but he goes, if someone came with a knife, he goes, it's literally a membrane that they have put cameras in all around this whole thing to secure it. He said, but you have to imagine that, we have a fence around our HVAC, but it's like a balloon that you could push and you can get in there, and he goes, it's all copper plumbing. You have to have underground water removal, and that was the first thing that went in. Water cannot go up against the side of the building. And then my husband works for Oakland University where they have a dome. He's not really familiar with the dome, but he is familiar with the grounds crew. Ground crew, when it snows, has to go out with a broom and knock the ice and snow off of this building, and this man confirmed that this is exactly true. He goes, imagine that you have 35 feet of snow and ice that's formed on here that's going to fall, so we need someone in our Parks and Rec department that's going to be on call that can go knock snow off of this. Also, snow cannot go up against the sides of it. He was pretty sure that they would be hand shoveling the snow away from the sides of the building. One other regret he had is that you have to put heat sources near receptionists, near in offices, because he goes, they found now everybody's bringing in these portable heaters because it's got all the heat goes up to the roof and it's cold at the bottom, and so the employees are cold. So he said he would put in permanent heating around anywhere people were sitting. So those were his main concerns. He wasn't sure exactly how much it would cost. He goes, so the velodrome is costing them about $4 per square foot. Some figures are saying it's a little less, but this is going to involve a lot of employees, and I'm saying he didn't say don't do it, but be very aware of that there's going to be a lot of costs involved in this. And he wished that he would have known more of this when they went to do it.
Is there any further discussion? John, you want to respond?
You
Or
know,
you would like Hannah?
no, Hannah, Beverly, if you want to,
Jim,
or Jim, come up here and say a few things. I do want to say that we are planning on closing our Parks and Rec trailer, so there will be an offset on cost. Normally, heating and cooling is anywhere from 50 cents to about $1.50 per square foot. The dome that's in Detroit is 130,000 square feet. So that's about 15 and a half times as big as the dome that we're trying to build in the park. And again, presently, we do not have any place for seniors for heating and cooling in the wintertime, in the summertime, and we have been getting pushed by the state of Michigan. We're the only community, one of the only communities in southeastern Michigan that does not have a recreation center. So, saying that, I'd like to turn it over to Jim.
No, I agree that there is, you mentioned a generator. The generator and all the mechanical equipment comes with this purchase from Asante. The only thing that we're providing outside of that is bringing utilities to the building, the electrical and gas. So there is going to be a hurdle to jump with DTE, like you said, and so we're planning to jump on that and get on that and get ahead of that. I think the other issues are valid. It is a dual skin. It is a dual skin type of dome, so you have two layers of the dome with some insulation in between it that provides you an R6 or 7 for the skin of the building, so it's not just completely just a fabric. There is some R value to the dome itself.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
So, my understanding is this is going to be a place where people can come, hang out, get cool in the summer, warm in the winter, whatever. Is this design going to lend itself to people being able to come and hang out and just be present, or for, different classes? I mean, other than...
The majority of the space will be a basketball court with recreational spaces, but there are going to be 2 offices in there, a storage room. So the space where the gymnasium is could be used for any purpose that you want. It could be for community gatherings or for any other activity events that they want to hold there.
So would it be like warm enough or whatever
Yeah.
to have like arts and crafts classes or things like that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Question about the large area. The basketball court, can it be divided up in some way? Are there semi-permanent walls or anything
No.
that could be brought in?
No, just one, the only dividing of the space will just be where the offices are, but as far as the basketball court, it'll just be one big court, but no division of it.
Madam Mayor?
Okay, Madam Mayor, yeah, I just had a question about the kitchen, because I know there was some concerns before.
It's a break room.
It's a break room, not a,
There's no kitchen, there's no cooking.
can't
It's,
have a
if anything, that's just for catering of people to bring food in, to have them set it up and put stuff down, but that's it. There's no kitchen equipment or anything like that.
Yes.
Yeah, there is a plan in them.
Yes.
Yes.
I was looking at the plan in there. The one thing initially we were talking about having some sort of stadium seating in there to some extent, but it's not going to be won't be any kind of seats on the side.
No, there's enough space around the court. There's 10 feet between the court and the surface of the dome, so you can probably get 2 or 3 people deep next to the courts, but it's really, the main purpose is just kind of provide an open space and not provide any spectator sitting.
Madam Mayor? Have you ever done one of these domes before?
I have not done one of these domes before, but we talked to a couple different manufacturers. There's a couple around this area. Like you said, there's the couple that you've mentioned, so we know who those companies are, and we talked to them, and so this is the company we're most comfortable with.
And so the report on this boring that we did was from last May, so I assume we're going to have to.
No, we can use that
We can
same
use
boring
that.
that we did for the community center. We'll use that for the.
Is there anyone else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll take that. Councilwoman Zawicki and Councilwoman LaPrette, they have said quite a few negative things about the whole project. What are some more positive things? What are some more positive things that we can bring about this that's going to be really good?
I think John hit it. It's the fact that you're going to have a space now to where your Parks and Recs can actually have a place to have an office, a place that they can go and work to instead of out of a trailer, which is probably not the most optimal place to work out of. So this will give them a permanent space. The place will be there more than 10 years. It'll probably be there 15, 20 years. The idea was to have this put first, and then once the community center is built, this will be just an extension of that community center. So once you have, the original community center built, and you want to have other activities that want to be indoors, that could use as an ancillary space to the community center. It's just another opportunity for you just to build and start to have a presence for, on that site of something that's for the community that they can, in the wintertime, in the summertime, they can come to and start to do some more community events to bring people together.
Okay. One thing I want to say about this whole situation is the fact that we have had our recreational department sitting in a double-wide trailer for over 30 years. And all during this time, no one has thought enough to try to get them out of that. And what AEW was originally assigned to do was the architect. And what they gave us was only enough for bathrooms, locker rooms, and office space. There really was not any real room for community involvement if you go back over the plans. And because this was federal funds and state funds, it had to be bidded out. Not one of those companies bidded on our design or wanted to give us a design. Hannah was the only architectural firm that bidded on when we had to put out the bids. So just because you're saying that we didn't have the money, well, we've been still trying to get the money. Things have changed on the federal level and on the state level, but we are still working with people to try to get the funds so that we can build a brick and mortar that would be comparable to what we as a state, as the city of Harperwood deserve. The only reason that we're flipping over to this dome with the office space is because it will allow our recreational department to get out of that trailer, which since Bill has died, they have not been able to get the heat and cool regulated in that building. They suffer. You would not work there if it was you. And have you ever thought to ask them how they feel on a daily basis? They don't even have internet in their office space right now. Did you know that? No. They use their own personal internet to get through, to answer our emails and whatnot. Christine, is she here? No. But anyway, you can check. I wouldn't sit here and lie to you anyway, but it doesn't matter. The fact of it is this, that what AEW offered us was one thing, but when it came time to bid on it, they did not bid on it. So when Hannah and company bidded on this, then they came up with the idea. You have to remember, from 23 to 22 to 23, when did we start this? It was in 22, wasn't it?
I believe so.
However, everything increased, and that is why no one bidded on it, because there was nothing that they thought they could do with $2.6 million. So we would have to add from the very beginning. We had no bids from no comparable architect company, but saw the dream that we was trying to put forward, and I appreciate.
Can I just speak to what you're talking about with the cost? Like you said, the original cost that AEW had, that building to be built at $210 per square foot was never going to happen. That cost was never going to be realized.
Right.
We knew that when we looked at that, but we wanted to still continue on with the project. Nothing right now is being built for less than $400 per square foot. And we tried to come in as best we could with materials, minimal amount of cost of materials, and everything that we did within the building, minimal amount of cost on the equipment, to be able to give you something that's the least amount per square foot right now, and I think we did a pretty good job at that. But the $210 per square foot for that AEW would have never been built at that cost.
And also, you said that we didn't have input. We used the input from that original Salter Park program. It's what we gave to them to understand what we wanted in that recreational park, center. So we used the same ideas that we had. It just cost us much more money. Cheryl has the floor.
I just wanted to point out some of the questions that were brought up about what happened to the center in Detroit that Jerry brought up. They're resolved in this, what comes with this kit. It must be more modern and solve some of the problems. But it's got a thermal liner, it's got aluminum gutters, it's got, the generator, heating and cooling pressurization systems. It seems like this kit that we're getting has a lot of the solutions to the common problems that happen with domes. And our dome is really only 8,500 square feet. It's not even that big. So I don't feel like we're going to lose a lot of heat in a little tiny dome. But to me, it seems like the kit that's been selected already includes a lot of these things. So the fact that it's including it means that we're not having to put more money out for this. We don't have to buy a generator, it comes with it. We don't have to buy the gutter system, it comes with it. We don't have to buy the thermal liner, it comes with it. The field joint, it's there. There's a lot of a vehicle airlock even. So that's there too, a 16-foot vehicle airlock, so we can bring in a truck if we needed to. So it looks to me like a lot of this stuff is there, and I don't know, for considering the entire thing is being covered by a grant, we don't have to put our own money into it. And that with this, having these new things added to it, and the extra liner and all of that, to me, it seems like it's gonna last longer than maybe an older dome would. It has more stuff with it that the older domes would. I do think this is a big upgrade compared to some of the other things that we've seen or talked about. And again, we're paying for it with grants, but I would like to see, maybe something brick and mortar, especially as time goes on, to add that on a classroom and what have you. And our people have been suffering. They were suffering 30 years ago, and they're still suffering, and I do feel bad about that.
Councilwoman Sawicki?
A couple of months ago, when we had the projector showing us some pictures of, at that time it was the building, we were told by Hannah Architect that they could build something for us, small, and add on to it. And right now I'm hearing the primary thing we need is to get our Parks and Rec people into a brick and mortar or into a building. And it seems to me that a few office spaces, a couple of recreation rooms or whatever might be feasible. I don't know if Hannah's backing off on that idea that they could put in a brick and mortar that's small and we could add on to it. Is that still?
No, the reason that with the design that they have, all the HVAC and all that would be over the gymnasium. All that would be over the gymnasium. So if we built, we would have to have two separate systems.
Well, you'd
Jim,
have
is that correct?
to build the gymnasium first and not be able to do the rest of the community space. You couldn't build the community spaces and the offices and all of that first, simply because the mechanical units are all on top of the gymnasium. So the gymnasium would have to be built first so that all the mechanical equipment could sit on top of that. And I'm not even going to say that would still have enough money. You have enough money with the grant to do that. And then that would leave the rest of the community spaces, the offices, and locker rooms and all of that still wouldn't be built. So
So the basic thing is that the money we have already been granted, we can either use it or lose it. And this is what an opportunity to use it. We will have something that will be able to house our recreational department and also be able to accommodate our community in a small setting, while we are continually to work on getting the monies for our brick and mortar. So, I don't understand all the pushback for, because of the dome. It's just a change, and it's still something beneficial of what we do not have in this community at this time. It takes us all to get something done here. We have worked very hard with trying to find the monies for the community, because I refuse to have any more taxation on our community. We are the highest community for meals here in Harper Woods. We can't afford not one more meal. We are reducing the meals as we can go. But we do deserve to have some place that we can call a rec center or something to that effect. I just don't understand how we could sit here for all these years, and nobody thought enough to do a rec center when you had people in a double wide trailer? And I give credit to Bill, bless his heart, rest in peace, but he kept things together all these years. Bill hasn't been there, and Christine and Harmony have suffered ever since, because in the wintertime, they're cold, and in the summertime, they're hot. And as I said, no internet at all. Cheryl, and then Ivory.
I just want to say, we did try, we were told we couldn't afford it. We did try to do PD center in the past. It was before you came on, but this is.
And when the new school went in.
Yeah, we did try. This was not new.
Well, the difference with the new school now, and I understand that because I was here then. But the reason we cannot count on the school as a recreational center is because things have changed. You don't want people coming in and out of your school with your children unidentified. Everyone that comes into a high school or a school needs to be identified and processed. We can't say, I grew up, my high school, my elementary school, we always had recreation in the evening there. Those days are gone. Because school has to be locked down and secured so that we do not have people being able to do harm to our children there. So that is the reason why, even though we passed that back in the days, we cannot have access to the school like we used to have. That is one of the major reasons why we need our own, where that we control and not somebody else. Mr. Toussaint.
Yes, I'm Councilwoman or Mayor Pro Tem right now, Sawicki, and Councilwoman LaPratt kind of get the impression that we can ask for an extension on these loans, extension on these grants, and we can just postpone it to another time. But if we don't do this now, we're going to lose the whole money and not going to have nothing.
Right.
I firmly believe that. So I don't understand. This is grant money. I don't know why we can't move forward, and we need to go ahead and move forward with this, because otherwise we won't have nothing.
Well, excuse me, to be clear, I said 3 times that they didn't regret putting up the dome. It's not the dome itself, it's the cost after we have the dome, which we don't know. It's, we're gonna have to pay employees, we're gonna have to heat this building, and you've never put one up before, where we can guesstimate and it's got an R factor of 6, maybe 8. I thought I read 4 in here, but.
Right now, they're saying $4 to $6 per square foot for the energy cost of it.
$4 to $6 a square foot.
Yeah.
That's my concern. It's not, I agree that we need a building, that we need the rec department out of that building. It's, do we have a way that we're gonna be able to afford the monthly costs on this?
I just want to say that having a dome will enable us to get grants that we can't get right now.
Right.
We'll be able to write and secure grants for a lot of things, and certainly we'll be putting off administrative costs on those grants too, operating costs, as allowed by grants, for that purpose. And again, we're closing down a facility that if like the mayor says, a double wide trailer that's full of holes, It can't keep heat. It lets in cold. We've been using it for 30 years, and and now we have a facility where the city workers are just going to be shifted from that location to this location. So there is going to be a considerable offset on the operation of the dome, but like anything else, we're going to have to learn, how to operate it. We're going to have to learn the peaks and valleys, of the dome. But again, we have the money secured, And there is no asking for an extension. Absolutely, this is, the funds on this particular grant are ARPA funds, which has to be spent by June 30th of 2026. We will not get any extension whatsoever. The state of Michigan has told us that, the federal government has reiterated that at least 3 or 4 times. Maria and I have went up on the federal site to try to go through the maze of questions that you have to go to keep this grant as active as we have been, and we are right at the end of the wall right now. That's exactly where we're at.
Okay,
And
Madam Mayor?
when you talk about operational costs, as John says, there are other avenues, but you have to have a building or site in order to get operational grants. And that would be what we would be going after to make sure that this does not come out of the city's coffer. Ms. Williams.
Hearing quite a bit from council, and I do understand the concern. I think the biggest thing to think about this is that it is a leap of faith. It is something that we haven't had before. It's something new that we're trying to do, and our community does not have a community center. I've been to a lot of our communities around here because, you know, we didn't have it, so I had to go to Grosse Pointe for different things. I had to go back into Detroit for different things. And it is nice if we can keep our focus on the fact that it's a community center. I know getting our people out of the trailer is important, but keep the focus on community center because that's what we're trying to do. I think the biggest concern that the council has, which I totally agree, is that once we build this community center with what we have, is that there are going to be other expenses that's going to come up that we just hadn't foreseen. And hopefully it'll be expenses that we can handle, but we don't know yet. I believe that sometimes you have to take that leap of faith to do something different in order for change to happen. I think the community center is a good idea, and if we got the money, which we do, the grant money right now, to do just the dome, we should go ahead and go for it, you know. Do something different, because, I mean, things will never change if we just say, you know, we're a little scared, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. I think we, you know, it's a leap of faith, and it's, in order for change to occur, I think we should take that leap of faith. But, you know, it's for a good thing. We want a community center for our community.
Yes.
I'm just curious then. I know that you have hopes of putting in a brick and mortar, and that space was kind of reserved, I suppose, for a building that we can't get funding for. And once we have this dome in place, we no longer have the argument that we're the only community without a community center, so I think it would make it even more difficult
We still are.
to get additional
That's not
funding.
a recreational center.
Well, it says recreational center on
It's
the...
not a recreational center.
I know, but on the plans online that I'm looking at from Hannah Architect, it calls the brick and mortar a recreational center.
Right.
Okay, so what I'm asking now is there a reason why this dome has to be placed in this spot and not in what seems to me to be a more logical place, which is where the borings took place, which is a flatter space, which is, you know, the space that is surrounded by the walkway closest to the school. I'm just kind of curious as to why we can't put the dome in that space, which seems a little more protected than where it's designed on this. I'm just curious why it has to be located in this place
Well,
that's going to
I
knock
think that we're
out
leaving the
walkway.
space where the community center is right now open for the community center to be eventually built. Any space to the left of that towards the 94, there's not enough space there to put the dome in. We'd have to shift the building over, and there's some underground utilities that are kind of restricting where we can put that, where
What
the
I'm
dome is
saying
at.
is
but-
why can't the dome go where the where it's listed as the Harper Woods Recreation Center, that building. It seems to me that the dome and that building are very similar in size, and that the dome,
Right.
since it's going to last 10 or 15 or 20 years, that it might go in that space.
It
Since
just
we don't
wouldn't leave
have
any space for the future community center if it was to be built.
Correct.
Yeah. So if you put the dome there, then the future community center that would be
Would
built
have to move.
would have to be moved, and we're kind of restricted to the northeast, planned northeast of the, because we have utilities that kind of restrict where the building goes.
What's
We can't shift the building too much
likelihood
more
that we
to
are
the
going to
the
put
right.
in a brick and mortar building in the next 10 or 15 years? I'm just curious, because we couldn't do it now. When
That
we've
doesn't
got,
mean that it's not gonna happen. It's just like things have changed in the federal government level and the state level. We just have to bide our time.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
It seems to me that this dome, this new fangled dome that we're looking at, does seem to check the boxes of that meets the community's needs.
Temporary.
Right. Community space for athletics and activities, office for the employees, a heating and cooling space. It comes with a generator and the other materials. If we had a brick and mortar building, we'd have to get all that stuff separate. And then, and it's covered by the grant.
Yeah.
So it checks these boxes, and even if it only checks these boxes for 15, maybe 20 years, we can maybe patch it up, keep it going. To me, this is a gift to our community we can give, a gift to our employees we can give. To me, there's not even a question about it.
Okay. Are there any further discussion?
Also, I
Yes.
want to comment, this is a new endeavor for us, it's true. I'm excited about this new discovery, and I have the full confidence that Hannah, that's going to be able to do a fantastic job with it. Everything they've shown us so far has been totally first class, and so I know that it's going to be, and they're going to do the best job to make sure this thing works for us. And again, we can't postpone it. We'll lose all the money, and we won't have nothing. So is that what you want?
All right, roll call vote, Mrs. Franks.
Councilwoman Foster,
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPratt,
No.
Mayor Pro Tem Sawicki,
No.
Councilman Toussaint,
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams,
Yes.
Mayor Kendall,
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino,
Yes.
resolution passes.
Okay, business item J2, Grosse Pointe Animal Adoption Society refund of canine fees. Mayor and council, as you know, there has been much discussion between the city and the Grosse Pointe Animal Adoption Society over the $47,000 balance left in the city's canine fund. My earlier reluctance to give these funds back to GPAS was grounded in the belief that the city of Harper Woods was owed this money due to installment payments on behalf of the canine lease vehicle being made from the city's general fund and not the city's canine fund. Upon discovery, the city of Harper Woods did indeed receive money for the 3 installment payments, all made through Grosse Pointe Canine Safety Partners and not the Grosse Pointe Animal Adoption Society. This information has clarified the issue, and the city plans on returning these funds to the Grosse Pointe Animal Adoption Society. Please be advised this return of funds has no bearing on any animal control services. I recommend approval of this request. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor? Make the resolution to approve the reimbursement to Grosse Pointe Animal Adoption Society, GPAS, in the amount of $47,000 from the remaining balance in the city's canine fund.
Support.
Any discussion?
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
Are we planning on having another K-9?
It's, well, we like to, we certainly,
Working on it.
yeah, we're working on it. As of this minute, yes, we would like to. Do we have one? Right now, no. But we definitely are working on it.
I was under the impression, or I was actually told, that this money was to help with the funding for the next K-9.
That's what we're doing.
That was kind of what our initial thought was too. Maybe an opportunity will present itself. Like I said, we don't turn down opportunities, and we look ahead and we look forward.
So I'm a little bit confused if we're looking at having another K-9, and that's what the money was raised for.
Yeah, but it's not,
For this, it was raised for the city.
yeah, they have a good argument to get this money, and we did find the receipts, we did find the deposits. It's their money.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there any further discussion? Okay, roll call vote, Ms. Smith?
Councilwoman LaPrat?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Sawicki?
Yes.
Councilman Tucson?
Yes.
Councilmember Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem, I'm sorry, Mayor Kindle? I'm all over the place today.
Yes.
Mayor Kindle? Councilwoman Costantino?
Yes.
Councilwoman Foster?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Okay.
Okay, new business item number 3, progress payment number 2, 2025 sanitary sewer rehabilitation by FCIPP number 180-364. Mayor and Council, attached is a letter from our city engineers transmitting progress payment number 2 on the 2025 sanitary sewer rehabilitation by FCIPP lining project number 180-364. It is recommended that this payment be approved. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor?
Y'all in harmony.
Okay. By resolution to approve payment to DVM Utilities Incorporated in the amount of $64,825.20 for progress payment number 2 on the 2025 sanitary sewer rehabilitation by FCIPP lining project number 180-364.
Support.
Okay, is there any discussion? Roll call vote, Mrs. Frank?
Mayor Pro Tem Sawicki?
Yes.
Councilman Tucson?
Yes.
Councilmember Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Kindle?
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino?
Yes.
Councilwoman Foster?
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPrat?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Okay, new business item number 4, progress payment number 2, 2025 storm sewer repair project number 180-362. Mayor and Council, attached is a letter from our city engineers transmitting progress payment number 2 on the 2025 storm sewer repair project number 180-362. It is recommended that this payment be approved. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I'll offer the resolution to approve payment to Great Lakes Contracting Solutions LLC in the amount of $113,296.31 for progress payment number 2 on the 2025 storm sewer repair project number 180-362.
Support.
Okay, any discussion?
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
but this is progress payment number 2. Is that going to be a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or?
There'll be a few of them. This project's about 60% complete. We're going to pick up repairing all the basins starting early next spring. It's just too cold to do cement work right now.
Will it be about the same amount of money?
It all depends on how much work they do, but probably so, yeah.
All right, any further discussion? Roll call vote, Mrs. Frank?
Councilman Tucson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Kindle?
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino?
Yes.
Councilwoman Foster?
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPrat?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Sawicki?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Okay, new business item number 5, progress payment number 3, Roscommon Pocket Park, number 180-329. Mayor and council attaches a letter from our city engineers transmitting progress payment number 3 on the Roscommon Pocket Park project number 180-329. It is recommended that this payment be approved. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
Make the resolution approve payment to Premier Group Associates LLC in the amount of $37,355.25 for progress payment number 3 on the Roscommon Pocket Park project number 180-329.
Support.
Okay, any discussion?
Madam Mayor?
I knew that.
Yeah, you knew it was coming. Very quick question. I noticed that on the paperwork that we received, it still indicates the pavilion size as being 30 by 30, but we're told that
Yeah,
it's
it is not,
Right.
yeah, this is,
It's been reduced.
It's been reduced to 20 by 20.
Okay, and will we be seeing a drop in the cost of that as well?
Yes, I'll
Okay.
say that, yeah.
So I assume that that cost will be changed
It'll be
for our
reflected,
next,
yep.
next time we see this. And also, I know that with the cold weather here now, I doubt that any additional work is going on at that park. Or is there anything taking place?
Just, there's fabricating that's going on right now. I want to say that we have discovered little things that need to be repaired, sidewalks and things around the neighbors' houses. And there's still a considerable amount of work to be done.
I walk past there quite often and
Yeah.
notice that there's a large amount of gravel that was just deposited there.
Yeah.
But I also noticed that the temporary stop sign that is in the median doesn't seem to be having an effect on many drivers. And so I know that once everything is secured in place, we're going to post a police officer there for a little while.
We are,
to Get
and-
people accustomed to stopping.
And traffic calming devices, and we will make sure that drivers can see those signs, that they can see that there's a little island in the center of the street.
Oh, yeah,
Because, yeah, I agree. I mean, there's cars that drive a little bit too fast and they come up upon that island and not really know what it is.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Roll call vote, Ms. Frank?
Councilwoman Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Kindle?
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino?
Yes.
Councilwoman Foster?
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPrat?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Sawicki?
Yes.
Councilman Tucson?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Okay, new business item number 6, cost reimbursement agreement, City of Detroit. As many of you are aware, the City of Harper Woods was approached by the legal department of the City of Detroit regarding a tributary area study commissioned by the City of Detroit regarding sanitary sewage flows from the Harper Woods into the sanitary system of Detroit. Furthermore, Detroit was insisting on a staggering retro payment amount that went back at least 10 years and was very expensive. Our city commissioned its own study and found the following results. The City of Harper Woods received no bills nor invoices for past amounts. The City of Harper Woods needed time to set up meters and monitor sewage flows. The City of Detroit claimed 750 lines from Harper Woods were dumping into Detroit. The real number was 735 lines. The City of Harper Woods needed additional time to line the main tributary on Kingsville and install brand new meters. Upon facts discovered by our own study, the City of Harper Woods, through our city attorney, negotiated a settlement reimbursement agreement that is fair and equitable. Essentially, all past reimbursements were negotiated away with the exception of year 2023 for $17,548.69 and year 2024 for $22,995.86. Going forward, the amounts will be calculated by the portion of flows attributable to the sanitary flows from Harper Woods. All amounts will be charged to the city's water fund with no additional increases in water or sewage charges billed to residents and businesses. I recommend approval of this agreement. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I'm glad to offer the resolution to approve the cost reimbursement agreement between the City of Harper Woods and the City of Detroit, and further to authorize the reimbursement to the City of Detroit for the sanitary sewage flow portion that originates in Harper Woods and flows through the Blue Hill Pump Station in the amount of $40,544.55, and further to authorize the city manager to sign the agreement on behalf of the city.
Support.
Any discussion?
Madam Mayor? I want to applaud the city and our city attorney for a job well done in bringing these costs to a reasonable amount for us, because we were surprised to learn this to begin with, and then to have a shocking amount, given to us as what we owe the city of Detroit. I was also rather surprised at the number of pages devoted to sewer in Grosse Pointe as opposed to Harper Woods. So all in all, I just want to say thank you very much.
Any further discussion?
Yes, Madam Mayor?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you took the words right out of my mouth. Ditto. You did a fantastic job of negotiating this down to a fraction of the cost. And City Council appreciates it. I'm sure the city does too. I mean, the audience does too.
Any further discussion? Roll call vote, Mrs. Frank.
Mayor Kindle.
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPratt.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Toussaint.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Okay, new business item number 7, annual permit to work on county roads. Mayor and council, as you are aware, we are required annually to renew permits to work on county roads. In the past, these permits were separated into 3 permits. The county has now combined them into 1 permit. The purpose of the annual permit is to allow the City of Harper Woods to make sewer and water main repairs on county roads and sidewalks, to allow the city to make any necessary restorative corrections due to repairs that were made on county roads and sidewalks, and lastly, authorize the city to temporarily close a county road for the purpose of a festival, parade, marathon, etc., and to place temporary banners within the county right-of-way. I have reviewed this and recommend that the resolution as requested be adopted. Mayor, a motion is recommended.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
Make the motion to adopt the resolution authorizing the execution of Wayne County permits, which will authorize the city to make necessary repairs to county roads and sidewalks, authorize the city to take any necessary restorative corrections to the county roads and sidewalks, and lastly, authorize the city to temporarily close county roads and/or place temporary banners within the right-of-way.
Support. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, new business item number 8, changes in meeting dates 2026. Mayor and council attaches a memorandum recommending changes to the city council meeting dates due to holiday observances. It also proposes a continual change in the June, July, and August meeting, where we will meet on the second Monday of the month only. If there is no objection, it is recommended that these changes be approved. Mayor, a motion is recommended.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
I
A
make,
motion to approve the change to the city council meeting dates as listed for 2026 as follows. January 19th to January 21st, 2026 for the observance of Martin Luther King Jr.'s Day. February 16th to February 18th, 2028 for the observation, 2026 for the observance of President's Day, and September 7th to September 8th, 2026, in observation of Labor Day. And further, that the city will meet on June 8th, July 13th, and August 10th, 2026, the second Mondays only of the summer months.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And that concludes the city manager's reports.
So,
No, we
the
got.
You got one more addition?
We, okay,
that's new business, under new business.
okay, then somebody,
Me? Okay. New business, motion to remove Greg Barber from the Planning Commission. All planning commissioners and members of boards and commissions serve at the pleasure of council. The city charter wisely recommends that members of boards and commissions not be in the same household as city council members. We wish to thank Mr. Vargo for his service to the city and welcome him to serve again when his wife is no longer a member of council. I'll offer the motion to remove Greg Barker from the Planning Commission effective immediately.
Support.
Okay, any discussion? Yes.
I have something to read. I know I can't vote, but I have something to read. Nepotism is a type of conflict of interest where personal relationships such as family ties influence professional decisions instead of merit. Conflict of interest is a broader term for any situation where an employee's personal interest could compromise their professional judgment or actions. Both issues lead to unfair treatment, lower morale, and legal risks. Nepotism, by definition, is a practice of favoring relatives or close personal connections in employment decisions like hiring, promotions, or pay. Example, hiring a family member for a job without a competitive, objective application process. Conflict of interest, by definition, is a situation where an individual's personal interests could improperly influence their official duties, decisions, or actions. Example, nepotism is one specific form of conflict of interest. Now comes the Home Rule Charter, City of Harper Woods, Michigan. Section 5.15, nepotism prohibited. The following relatives and their spouses of any elected officials or of his spouse or of the city manager, if one is to be appointed, or of his spouse are disqualified from holding any appointed office or employment during the term for which said elected official was elected: child, grandchild, parent, grandparent, brother, sister, half-brother, and half-sister. All relatives shall include those arising from adoption. This section shall in no way disqualify such relatives or their spouses who are bona fide appointed officers or employees of the city at the time of election of said elected official or the appointment of said city manager. Therefore, nepotism as one specific form of conflict of interest should not be considered to disqualify Greg Bargo, a bona fide appointed officer, City Harper Woods, and consideration to do so is therefore negated as written by means of the Home Rule Charter, City of Harper Woods.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
perhaps we can have our city attorney weigh in on this?
Please.
Okay. It's a little bit broader than nepotism. We have fiduciary duty, which is a very, very high standard. This is not nepotism. But I want to start off with saying, people look at this as a sanction. I know Greg Vargo. We've worked together. He's a man of integrity. I know that. I don't know Councilperson Foster yet, but I'm assuming a person of integrity. What this conflict of interest does is it protects your integrity. Nobody's trying to sanction anybody. Nobody's pointing a finger at anybody. What it does is it removes the specter of possible inappropriate actions. And that's all it takes, is the appearance of impropriety. That is the standard. It's not, pointing at something and saying, well, you had a personal financial interest. Well, maybe a friend of yours had a personal financial interest, or maybe there was something going on with council and you might have spilled beans to Craig accidentally, which flavored his decision on the planning commission. Nobody's suggesting any wrongdoing whatsoever. The way I look at this is that these conflict of interest for the benefit of the persons, Councilperson Councilperson Foster and Brad, is your protection. The city doesn't need the protection because we can just void the action. It's for your protection. You don't want every action that you take to be questioned, minutely looked over, or ferreted out to see if there's something going on. Is there some wiggle room here? Perhaps. It's up to council. You serve at the pleasure of council, council can remove. I serve at the pleasure of council, quite frankly. You can remove me at any time you want to. That is your duty. Having a fiduciary duty includes the duty to vote. So even in recusing yourself or abstaining, you're violating the fiduciary duty to carry out that function of you're supposed to vote. That's why you were elected. You weren't elected to abstain. You weren't elected to recuse yourself. You were elected and or appointed to carry out your duty, which is to vote in the best possible manner. I could go on and tell you about the charter and removal for nonfeasance, which is basically removal of nonfeasance means you can't carry out your duty. If you can't vote because there's a conflict, then that's nonfeasance. I don't think anybody wants to get in that situation. Hopefully you look at this as a way that it protects you from that. Because I know you're an outstanding individual. We work together. And I would hate to see you put yourself in a situation where people are looking over your shoulder constantly. That's my kind of take on the conflict of interest. It's more than, it's not a sanction, it's protection. Because the council can void anything you do. I guess that's all I have to say unless somebody has to ask me a question. But fiduciary duty is a high duty and you have to vote. Yeah.
I have something to add to this. And Greg, you and I have been friends for about 25 years, okay? And I respect your integrity. I served on a planning commission with you. But just a few things. This coupling especially, this undermines public trust. Even if both officials act honestly, the public may believe decisions are being influenced by family ties rather than community interest. Residents can lose faith in the fairness of government decisions, especially on zoning changes, development approvals, permits, lack of taking action. And I walked in on a planning commission meeting Wednesday after our holiday lighting, and here I saw, as well as the mayor and 4 council members, site plans for the dome passed out and distributed to the audience attending when our city council didn't even get a chance to see the site plans yet. So right there, that's what we're trying to get away from. We certainly don't want to get into a situation where actions taken by the city council can later be invalidated or exposed to legal challenges. So we're doing this in a preemptive way, not in a punitive way at all. It's just that here's gasoline and here's matches right here. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out what could possibly happen. And again, it's got nothing to do with punishing anybody. You've been a great planning commissioner, but having your wife as an elected city council member, having you as a high-ranking planning commissioner, it's just too much. It's just too much. You're putting the staff under pressure. You're putting the city council. Nobody is going to trust transactions. Nobody wants things on Facebook that don't belong there, and there's the potential for it. So that's my 2 cents.
Okay, is there any further discussion?
Madam Mayor?
Yes?
I mean, this is a tough situation because a lot of times you have like a very competent person married to a very competent person, and sometimes they have competent babies, and we get in this situation a lot. We have had a kind of a history of nepotism in the city that I think maybe the overall effect might not look that good to the outside. And even though it may not be something like the planning commission and the council, we've had, imagine my surprise when I walked into the office and see a councilman's wife working in our office, or, seeing a married couple both on the charter commission, even though that's just an advisory commission, or seeing, staff hiring their children or different things like that. Now, granted, I think all the people that have been hired are wonderful, hardworking people, and perhaps they are the best qualified person. I've watched Harmony grow up, and I think she's fantastic, and she brings a lot to the table. So I certainly don't want to be in a situation where, okay, why are we picking and choosing? Why is nepotism sometimes okay and sometimes not okay? Why do we have these situations that are questionable? People have been bringing these things up to me for years, and to me it should be all or nothing. Either we eliminate nepotism completely, or be respectful of it, that both parties are the most qualified, and only hire them if they are the most qualified. To me, this has just been something like kind of just like an elephant in the room, or just kind of suspended out there. I don't feel like I'm the person that should end any of this, but I do feel like this is something that needs to be talked about. Do we need to, make something to this effect? Or do we just keep living with, it's okay in some cases and not in others to have two family members? I understand the planning commission is probably the most powerful of all the things that we appoint to in the city. And I do feel like Greg has done a fantastic job and is extremely competent. But this just, I'm just saying, if we're going to go with this, we got to do all or nothing.
Did we not hear what our attorney?
You're right, it's not
I
nepotism.
hear that, but if we're saying it doesn't look good for people on the outside looking in, does it ever look good?
We're not even talking about nepotism. We're talking about conflict of interest. This is totally different. This is what Sharon just gave us her opinion on. That's why we listen to our attorney, to keep us out of hot water. So we may have different opinions about different things, but we must always, if we're going to, what's the sense of having an attorney if we're not going to follow her direction? Yes.
I'm not even sure why we're still having this discussion on this. I think Greg should have just thought about it himself and decided to just, resign. I can understand, right now we see Teresa's trying to protect him. He wants him to stay here and he shouldn't be gone, and we call it nepotism and all that. It's not that. It's just wrong. And she's explained all those things about it. So I'm not sure why we're still having a discussion on it.
Madam Mayor?
All right, yes.
Yeah, I just want to point out that with this discussion that we're having, exactly what Councilwoman Constantino's pointing out, which is the whole reason why we want to avoid conflict of interest or even the thought of nepotism, because that's exactly the thought that's going through some members' minds, and that's what we're trying to avoid, any conflict happening, because it's already in some minds, I could see. So that's what we're trying to avoid, you know.
All right, is it, roll call vote?
It's a motion.
It's a motion, okay. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Said aye.
I said aye.
Oh, you said aye, okay. Those opposed?
I'm going to abstain.
You can't
Can't
abstain,
abstain.
really?
You have no reason to abstain.
She just read that
All right.
and told you.
Are there any-
Right.
Vote.
Well,
Are there any opposed?
Yes, are there any opposed?
Motion carries.
I can't vote.
Why you can't vote?
Because it's.
Because it's concerns us, she can't vote.
herself.
That's a conflict.
That's
That's the
conflict
Conflict,
there.
right?
Yeah.
Why is it that you guys don't understand? That's is what our attorney just read to us
Right.
and stated. Our duties up here does not allow us to abstain or recluse ourselves.
Well,
We are,
But if I may,
She has to.
Councilperson Foster is correct. She can abstain because she is personally related. Councilperson Constantina is not personally related, nor does she have a personal
Okay,
interest.
so we
there's
have-
no conflict there. There is a conflict. Appreciate it.
okay, so she can abstain,
Correct.
okay.
Constantino can't.
So I just need to bring forward this, that,
you just need to vote.
Just say yes.
Well-
Yes or no?
but I don't know. I mean, I have hired Mr. Vargo to, he does significant work for my business, a significant amount,
That-
so.
Sounds
That has nothing to do with that.
All right, I just needed to put that out there so that
We're aware.
you're not questioning why I'm questioning it.
No, Greg has done work for the city as well. So that's not the question. So is it a yes or a no?
Yes, but I'm going to carry that yes across all of that.
Okay, so motion has been,
That's carried.
has carried.
Let's go home.
Yes. Okay. All right now, so that's the end of the business. Let's call the audience. You have 3 minutes. Come up here and speak. Give us your name and we can move on.
Kristen Olin Sullivan, Country Club Drive. Two things. Number one, Madam Mayor, I would like to thank you for the comments you made at the Grosse Pointe School Board meeting, and that you could stay up that late to do it. And the other one is, I recommend that you reinstate the Charter Committee, because there's a lot of things on that charter that are a mess, and this just illustrated one of them. If you're not going to follow your charter rules, then why do we have a charter?
Hello, my name is McKenna Champney. I'm a resident on Woodmont and a Harper Woods resident for the past 28 years. I am also president of the City of Harper Woods Library Board of Trustees. So just real quick before I get into something, we have 3 events coming up. This Wednesday is actually the Legacy of Motown, and it is from 6 to 7. There is going to be a wonderful presentation, including a trivia game, which we will have a gift card to give out to the winner. On Saturday, this Saturday on the 6th, for adults 1:30 to 2:30 and all ages 3 to 4, we have a pottery ornament workshop that's actually being put on by Pewabic Pottery. And then next Wednesday, the 10th, from 5 to 6:30, we will have a visit from none other than Santa himself. We do ask, though, that registration you fill that out for us. It is going to be required specifically for that event. But mainly the real reason why I'm here is that Lately, the state police has been using the city library on a monthly to a bi-monthly basis to park their military-grade armored vehicles for drug raids in Detroit. This is causing extreme stress and anxiety for our patrons, many thinking that there are ICE raids, bomb threats, and other things going on at the library. There have been incidences of patrons even hiding in the library because they've seen this mass amount of police state vehicles in the library parking lot. The library must be a safe place for all. It's an environment, like you're creating an environment of fear, and anxiety, and it's antithetical to all of the goals that our library is working towards. We're trying to create a new mission, a new vision statement, and this is not really helping us. It's also taking up every single parking space, all of the parking spaces, especially the first line close to the library, taking that away from our library patrons. So I'm wondering if I can have a call to action, possibly asking for these raids to be, or these state police people to park their cars, maybe not at the city library. I understand it's a municipal city lot, we share it with you all, but at least maybe have them park in the back or somewhere else. They're taking up spaces of our library and our library patrons, and I do have pictures of proof I'd be more than happy to share with the city council and mayor if you would like. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Terry Williams. I'm a 26-year resident of Harper Woods. My concern today is that we currently have no animal control in our city. A week ago, myself and 2 neighbors found a dog wandering and tried to help. In the end, they took the dog to Grosse Pointe Animal Adoption to be told no, take it to the police station. The police station told them, let it go. She said, you mean I'm being recorded? You're telling me to let this dog go? Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. I'm reading from Harper Woods, Michigan Code of Ordinances on dogs running at large. It shall be unlawful for the owner or of any person having the possession, care, custody, control of, to permit any dog to run at large upon the public streets, walks, parks, or any other public places within the city. Such dog should be attached to a leash of sufficient strength to restrain such dog in a manner as to be kept under control of the person accompanying it. Vicious and potentially dangerous dogs are a serious and widespread threat to our safety and welfare of residents and visitors of Harper Woods. This dog was a pit terrier mix. And also in the ordinances it says, while not breed specific, the following breed of dogs shall be considered such suspect as vicious and potentially dangerous, and the pit bull terrier is included in that list. So my concern is, I don't know about any of my fellow neighbors here, but I personally don't feel comfortable walking my dogs in Harper Woods in fear of dogs that have just been told to let go because we have no animal control at this current time. So whether it be GPAS or another organization, I would like to see that we move forward rather quickly in getting some kind of animal control back into the city. Thank you for your time.
I like these new sound systems. We actually can hear you guys. I would like to, Scott Dornbreck on Country Club, I'd like to reiterate what Kristen said. Listening to what Teresa and reading the charter, it seems like you guys are contradicting yourselves. And I think you guys need to review the wording of the charter, making sure that you all are in alignment, because it seems like what you're saying tonight, disqualifying Greg, contradicts what the charter actually says, where you can't disqualify someone because if they've already been duly elected. So I would strongly encourage you guys to review that and encourage yourselves to make sure that you're following the charter.
Anyone else? Okay, call the audience, call the council, and we'll start with our newest council person.
All right, hello. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone who voted for me. I'm looking forward to working with my colleagues. I know I have a lot to learn, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you once again.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to wish everyone a very safe holiday and just be careful out there. The snow is coming. We got pretty lucky recently. And I also want to welcome our new council member.
Thank you.
Okay.
I just want, if anyone got any of those red tags on their door from DPW, those are for water testing. Please, 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 if you got one, call DPW and see if you qualify to get your water tested. It's extremely important that we get the number of residents to test their water. And I just want to thank the mayor and council, our Senator Hertel, our state rep Pies, for all of their efforts the last few weeks, along with the Helm, several of council members that donated to make sure that the elderly and multiple families were fed over the past month. There were several food drives, and the residents were extremely generous in making sure that things were donated, and the mayor's doing a fantastic job of running her food pantry.
Also, welcome to Mrs. Foster. Everything that's been said so far, being careful with the snow, et cetera, very important. Right now, we have Operation Holiday Cheer going on online, where residents can donate to construct baskets. I believe that Councilwoman LaPratte, as well as Ms. Kane, are handling this particular function, this Operation Holiday Cheer. If you're not on Facebook, you might talk to Councilwoman LaPratte about donating items for baskets that they're constructing for seniors in our community. So thank you for that, and we'll see you one more time before the holiday happens.
Okay.
My turn.
Yes.
First of all, again, welcome to our city council.
Thank you.
I look forward to working with you and kind of showing you a little bit I know. I'm not experienced with the rest of them, but welcome aboard.
Thank you.
I also want to thank the library again. You've been doing some fantastic presentations over there. I've enjoyed them. I just went to one on burners. They even had Chris Belly's, whatever, donate some pizzas for dinner one night. I went over there and got some. So I'm looking forward to coming to the next presentations you have. They're really good, and everybody should go. Also, I brought all the poinsettias today for all our city council people today.
Thank you.
They already have, I already gave the city clerk in their office 3 of them, and so they're covered there. And the Christmas tree lighting, they came out really nice. We had a bigger crowd than usual. It was nice having the Harper Woods band there and the cheerleaders and the little kids, and it was really good, and the weather was agreeable with us. And I was also wondering, she was talking about the dog, if they wouldn't take any of ours. I've heard that they're full, so maybe that's why, They're taking some of the past. I've seen our accounts payable checklist that we've been paying them for some things, so maybe they were full, I don't know. Let me see. The Lions Club, okay, they were collecting money. I was able to, I'm gonna break the flyer. He was out there on the street collecting money. He's always out there. I gotta give him credit, the Lions Club. And that's all I have.
Okay. I do want to say that we have had the biggest and best Christmas tree lighting, I think, in many, many years, decades probably. It was really wonderful, and great to see everybody coming out for that. That was really, really fun. Secondly, I am also concerned about the animal situation in Harper Woods right now. It has affected me directly several times in the last few months. Dog running loose, pit bull type, we caught it and we managed to get it somewhere. And just this last week, my new tenant somehow ended up with a little dog that was running around the city. It's blind in one eye, whatever. And so now that dog's living in my house. And a bunny, somebody somehow came up with a bunny that they found, and somehow that ended up at my house. And that bunny is now being rehomed tonight. Thank you very much. And so we've had this little bunny for a month and had to feed it the Espalac and, you know, the formula and all that, but she's thriving, so that's good. But I cannot become the new animal enforcement. That's too much for one family. So I do think we need to come up with a long-term solution. Maybe since the $80,000 that was decided upon by the Grosse Pointes, basically, which was our charge to be able to use the past the new facility, maybe since we haven't used it that much in the last year, maybe they'll lower that fee and we can afford to do it. The $80,000 was in addition to, you know, the daily costs. So it was really an amount that was, yeah, it was ridiculous, that's true. I was going to try to say, hey, can we use that $47,000 against the $80,000? Maybe we can negotiate something here, I don't know. But hopefully they'll come up with an amount that's reasonable, and that by the new year we can have a solution to this, and that it's not brought to us like the day after it's due or some last minute kind of thing. So I would like to open up talks again and see if we can come up with a resolution. Yeah, well.
Is that it?
Yes.
All right, then.
I think you heard enough from me tonight.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, first of all, welcome Councilwoman Foster.
Thank you.
We'll make sure that you have the opportunity to get with MML for newly elected. There are classes that help us all to be better city council people, and I'm looking forward to helping you along the way, whichever way we can. I also want to thank Tom Jennings for his service. I'm going to miss his expertise when it comes to infrastructure, but it is what it is, and so, but I do want to thank him for his service, and we really truly appreciate it, and we do miss him. I want to also make sure that we understand that we all have a difference of opinions, but it does not mean that we cannot work together. We have to work together because we're here for the betterment of our community as a total. It's only one vote per person, so you have to get everyone else to agree with you in order to get something done. So we may have a difference, but it does not mean that we do not work together. And a prime example of that was last week. I was getting ready for the food pantry, and the person that was supposed to do the turkeys for me did not. And I was in the board meeting for Grosse Pointe with Councilwoman LaPratt, and I said, oh, should I put this on Facebook? She said, yeah, put it on Facebook. And so I put it there, and Lord and behold, I got so many turkeys that I exceeded what I needed, and I was able to give it to other people. Our community stepped up I mean, people came up to me right at the board meeting to hand over money so that we could go purchase. I'm just saying that our community is beautiful. We step out and help each other. And I just don't ever want us to lose that special touch. We may disagree, but we're not disagreeable. We're not hateful about our disagreeing. So whatever you see up here, we may disagree. A lot of times I disagree with Councilwoman Sawicki, but that doesn't mean we don't work together. So please, I really thank everybody that stepped up to help us be able to give the families in need. And these was just not low-income people. A lot of the people that I gave turkeys to and gave Thanksgiving dinners to were people that were part of the government shutdown. Some of them, if they were contractors with the government shutdown, they still don't get paid. Even once the government restarted, you have to work if you're a contractor to get paid. So if your department closed down, you don't get paid. And when they reopen, you get paid starting from that day. So I had quite a few people that from the Harper Woods and the Grosse Pointe area that are government contract workers. And they were a little embarrassed, but I tried to make them assure them that that's what we're here for. We're here to help each other and to improve the quality of life for everybody. And that doesn't mean that just because you're low income or you're in need, that it's a shame. It's not a shame. Because when you can help, that's what we do. We step up and help. So I want to thank everybody once again. Also, the reason I was at the school board meeting is because the school board, the Grosse Pointe School Board, has decided not to repair Parcells' pool. So that means our children that goes to Parcell would not be able to have swimming lessons or learn how to swim or enjoy swimming, which is once again a mandate like they did with Papara. They did not do improvements to Papara for many, many years, and then when they did an audit of it, the repairs was astronomical. So they closed the school. So now our children are not able to learn how to swim. Each and every one of you, and especially those of you who live within the Grosse Pointe School District, needs to write to the school board and tell them your displeasure because they receive your tax dollars to help the school district. And what will they be without your tax dollars? So they need to make sure they provide the same education, the same activities that the other two middle schools receive to the one middle school that we in Harper Woods send our kids to. There should not be a difference. And this is what I will make sure I am on behalf of the council. I hope that we get together and formulate a letter to the school board to understand that we're just tired of this crap and we're just not going to take it anymore. You're going to give us the fair representation of education and activities that our kids deserve here in Harper Woods. And with that, I say, oh, Tom is not here. Oh my goodness.
Madam Mayor?
We're not going.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make the motion to adjourn.
Wait, but I do want to make sure we thank the Recreational Department for the wonderful lighting ceremony that happened. It's just Harmony and Christine and her crew do a yeoman's job for every activity that we have. from the movies to the concerts. I just really, Christina, really want to thank you for your leadership and your teamwork. Now,
Madam Mayor,
yes,
I'd like to make the motion to adjourn.
support, okay? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.